Hey everyone, my name is Rico from SneakerWeb, and today we're taking a step back. No, not those kinds of step backs. No, we're taking a look at possibly one of the top contenders for Performance Shoe of the Year, the James Harden Volume 7 from Adidas. Let's get right into it. Now starting off with the traction of the shoe, this uses two tried and true traction patterns. It uses radial in the heel. Hopefully you don't get caught to use it as much, but hopefully what you do use is the sectioned herringbone traction pods in the forefoot for any types of movements that you're doing on the court. Not only that, but the rubber compound coupled with these two amazing traction patterns sticks to almost any surfaces while you're playing on it. And if you guys have played in places like 24, then you guys know that that surface is not the best to play on. But even then, all you need is just one wipe every game and then you guys are good to go. You're not going to have many issues with this maintaining the traction on this. Not only that, but while playing, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to on the court. Actually, on the B-roll footage right here, I'm going to talk about this line drill that I was doing. And as you can see, it kind of eases you into the stop, not a harsh stop. So this has a very soft bite, but a very good bite nonetheless. So with that being said, it's not going to pop your hip out like, say, the Kobe 9 or the Jordan 1. Next, we're going to talk about the cushion of the Harden Volume 7 with boost in the heel and light strike in the forefoot. The best way that I can describe this cushion setup is balance. And you would have thought the same thing, especially when trying it on in store. You would have never known that these two, if you didn't look at the text sheet, that these were two different compounds. But now that you know that, what you're going to feel is a very smooth and continuous ride. These very much work together and are very balanced with each other. You are not going to be unstable or feel like you have too much energy in the back with boost, and you're not going to feel like you don't have enough of it with light strike in the forefoot. You're going to feel like you have ample protection with impact, and not only that, but you're also going to be aided by that spring plate to have some energy return while running up and down in these, which is a great bonus for playing 2 or 3 hours in these. Not only that, but it's also a dense cushion on both ends, so they're not going to bottom out anytime soon, especially over the course of a season.
I stand behind it, I guarantee it.
Next, going back to the support of the Harden Volume 7, like I touched on with the spring plate, not only does it aid you with energy return, but it also helps you with torsional rigidity. You're not going to overflex in these no matter what move or how aggressive you're doing it. You're also going to be caged with this TPU cage, one externally in the heel to act as an external heel counter, also in the forefoot to help contain you on the footbed, hug you onto the midsole, especially with this internal lacing system. It's really going to suck you in and really clamp onto you on top of the foot, clamping you down towards the footbed even more. That heel counter internally is also going to help aid in preventing ankle rollovers, especially when the lacing system is cinched up. And overall, didn't have any support issues with these. I was contained in most situations. Actually, all situations. I didn't feel like I was unstable in any particular way. Playing in these in outdoors, indoors, whatever conditions, I was supportive in this sneaker. And getting into the fit portion and lockdown of the shoe, definitely go true to size in my personal recommendation. I personally had a thumbs width of space in the toe box, so that way I can splay out my toes better. Not only that, but for narrow footers, if you want that snug one-to-one fit, or regular foot shapes as well, maybe go down half a size, especially after the shoe is broken in. You're going to get that true snug one-to-one fit. For wide footers, you may actually get away with going true to size, but I also recommend trying these on in store as well. And coupled with the internal lacing system, you're definitely not going to be sliding around the footbed in this, unless you've been playing for 2.5, 3 hours and your foot is just a hot box, especially since this has no ventilation. Sorry. And getting into the materials of the shoe, this definitely held up very well for the brutal 3 weeks that I put this through. The cage and the material along the upper is definitely seen some scars and seen some creases and some scuffs on the TPU cage, but nothing has been structurally damaged. Just clean off the shoe and it's like wax on, wax off. Night and day difference. But either way, The materials are going to hold up, especially through a whole season. The compression collar, if anybody had a worry about these, it basically resets every session. So after 2, definitely 3 hours, this is going to start to loosen. So maybe you want to readjust your laces. But other than that, little nitpick, the shoe is great materials wise. And overall, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is one of the top 3 shoes currently in rotation in my bag right now. When I'm not testing a shoe, this is definitely a high probability that I'll be playing in these. Why? Because of the definite ample amount of cushion that you're going to get with this tried and true traction pattern that works great indoors or outdoors, and it's going to last. Even though it has a 2mm depth, it's going to last a little longer than most traction patterns, especially for how thick it is. Not only that, but the materials are going to last, heavily padded, and it's like a mixture of 90s and modern footwear, so I get the best of both worlds in a sense. And those are my final thoughts on the James Harden Volume 7. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below if you've played in these and if they're your preferred shoe to play in at this moment, and we'll see if they hold up to the end of the year. But with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and to swing by next time to see what other performance reviews we got coming for you guys. Peace.